presenting. Yes. Now, what about the backup that I'm taking? Then what about the backup in Exalogic, Elastic Cloud? Yes. We can move the backup to either external ZFS appliance with the help of snapshot or clones, or either I can move the backups to the tape libraries with the help of Oracle Media Server backups. So either of the case can be implemented as per organization needs and their criteria. And if it is a ZFS storage appliance, the bandwidth I can use is the 10 GB, or either I can use the InfiniBand network, which is a 40 GB per second. It depends upon the organization needs and the availability. And if I need to replicate the data from storage to external storage, therefore I will use the snapshot and the clones. So the snapshot and the clones which can be replicated from one appliance to the other appliance. So this is how I can back up my whatever the data that is being presenting in Elastic Cloud. So up to now we have seen the architectures of each and everything and the optimization techniques within established at the storage level, at the network level, and at the hardware level. Let's see the optimizations at applications level here. Now, WebLogic, we are having whatever the application that supports either Tuxedo, WebLogic, or Coherence, whichever the application that supports these three softwares. So therefore, it will achieve the highest performance as per Oracle. Yes, if suppose PeopleSoft will support Tuxedo, PeopleSoft will support WebLogic. In the same fashion, eBusiness Suite will support its requirement. So each and every application, if it supports the software components of Oracle, Tuxedo, or Coherence, or WebLogic, it achieves the highest performance. If I am using WebLogic, therefore I should use the JVM as per requirement. So if I am using the Oracle operating system as a Linux, therefore I need to use the JRocket. If I am using the Solaris, I have to use the hotspot as my JVM, Java virtual machine. And I can specify the Java memory heap from 1 GB to the maximum of 4 GB, where the session replications work will effectively. And for WebLogic, intentionally for WebLogic, we have the highest optimizations feature that's been enabled within the WebLogic software admin console itself. So once you go to the domain configurations general tab, we have the option enable Exalogic optimization. So once you click on this optimization tab, so all the optimization techniques that have been enabled for WebLogic will get triggered, and it will get executed in a fashion to achieve the performance at software level. And for WebLogic, we can enable the HTTP protocol, which will be helpful at the network level, what I told you earlier. Like we are using the HTTP protocol for the session replication as well. So this is how we can achieve the highest performance at each and every level. So it's not like achieving the performance not at a single level here. It's been integrated to achieve at each and every level. And as we are having the different ERPs, now let me tell you one ERP, that is the PeopleSoft. And the PeopleSoft is having 4-tier architecture that is equal to 3-tier architecture normally. Here I am including the database server as a 4th tier, which is having the application server and the database server, and the application server which depends upon the Tuxedo, and the web server which depends upon the WebLogic. So this is how I am having my PeopleSoft architecture has been designed to use Tuxedo as my application and WebLogic as PAs. So therefore, whenever it's been using, it can achieve the highest optimization with the help of these components. So this is the PeopleSoft architecture, that is the compute node, storage, and the networking part. Here, whatever the requests that are coming to the web cluster, it will go to the web cluster. These can be the compute nodes. So here I am having the application servers, which has been hosted on different compute nodes, and across the database server, and the application developer will be integrating with the application servers. He will connect to the application servers to the application designer to design with their applications with the help of this people code. So whenever the web cluster has been integrating with the application server, so therefore it will use the Jolt handlers and the Jolt listeners, which will be using internally to connect the web server with the application server. So this is how the architecture, normal architecture. Now, if I want to implement this the basic architecture into the Elastic Cloud, so therefore what I will use the web cluster. Web clusters will be deployed on 2 compute nodes, and application servers will be deployed on 2 compute nodes, and batch servers will be hosted on 2 compute nodes. So therefore, Even if one compute node gets failed, the other compute node will be available